Cheers, boys. Welcome to Thursday Night Football. Charlie, welcome back. Welcome back from your trip to Denver.
Thank you. I was playing hooky.
Yeah. We as we explained to the viewers last week, we do actually have day jobs. It's not just a bunch of dipshits talking some sports. Although these dipshits are 1-0 in the Nobody Asked Parlay, so you'll want to pay attention to the end of the show for that.
You'll want to pay attention. And soon to be our primary job is the Nobody Asked podcast.
Yes, yeah.
And with that comes more vulgar and fun stories as well. We're not having to worry about getting fired.
Yeah, we'll see. I do want to start off the show with a bit of news, obviously. We like to have a lot of fun on the show. We think sports should be fun. And we've mentioned in the past, I work with Connor Shaw. A lot of y'all obviously know Connor Shaw, Gamecock legend, and have probably seen the news, I guess, from last night and what's come out today. Out of respect just for his family and his privacy and the situation at hand, we're not going to talk on that subject. So if you came to try to get any piece of what's going on, respectfully, just respect their privacy. What we will mention on this show is life is crazy sometimes, and just be praying for him, his family, for you, your family, for your friends. Just don't go a day without telling people that they matter. It's important. Really tough situation, obviously, and sports kind of brings us all together, and I hope that does that here today. So that's all I just wanted to mention. Prayers, thoughts, wishes, whatever God you ascribe to, or wishes you wish to give. Just be thinking about them and what's going on at hand. I thought it was too big of a thing to not mention on this show. So be praying to whatever God you ascribe to be following. But with that, boys, I don't want to harp too much on it because we do have quite a slate. We do have some fun things to get to. And Evan, I'll kick it to you.
Well said, Boone.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I'll kick it to you. Where do we start? Because the college football slate is outrageous.
We do, and but I think we do need to give Charlie 1 second just to address his Panthers from last week. Let him address that situation, and then we can move forward. But can't completely leave him off the hook for that one. So, Charlie, I will give it over to you here.
Yep, I appreciate it. Well, what can we say? Last week I said, we lose this game, we're going to be right back where we kind of were last season. But even saying that, I still just don't feel like we're as bad as we were last season. For those who had the +7, got their backdoor cover, so I don't want to hear any complaints from that section.
What do they say, Chuck? What do they say? Good teams win, but
great teams
cover.
Yeah, so we are a great team. We will be back. I think compared to a lot of the other 0-2 teams, like you see the Chiefs are also 0-2, so we're just as good as them at this point in the season.
Better quarterback too, I'd argue.
But on that note, I think even looking at some of the tape with Bryce this season, in all honesty, he does look better than especially like the way we started last season. He's got Tet, who I feel like, and I've been saying it since we drafted him, now people have seen him have multiple 75-yard plus games. They see how he moves. I think we really got a good draft pick in Tet, and I feel like that relationship and that chemistry is just going to grow. So that's what I'm really holding on to this year. The defense is just going to kind of be a slow grind. I feel like we're obviously going to have to make some moves going into next season. But there were a few things that some of the fan base pointed out, which I didn't really like. One, it was like maybe even the fourth quarter, 2-minute drill, and Xavier Legette is kind of jogging back to the marker, so didn't really like to see that. Didn't see like a whole lot of urgency even in the comeback. When we got that onside kick, I feel like we were going to win the game at that point, honestly. But we didn't. So few things that we'd like to see. Ted, I think the offensive line has been better this year as well. But then the last thing I'll say is someone's pointed out to me just how deep Bryce Young drops back. And now I can't get it out of my head every single snap. I know that he's not the tallest player, but when you watch him drop back in the pocket, I feel like he has to go so much deeper just because of the height. And it almost makes me think, like, if Bryce Young was 6'4", he'd be an absolute gamer. I mean, he'd be one of the best quarterbacks already. That's my own personal belief. But curious what you guys also thought.
Do you think he drops that far back because he can't see, or because he's terrified that he's going to get killed every time he drops back? I mean, the line's not helping.
I think he can't see.
That's what I would say. I think it's more of a line issue.
Why can Kyler Murray see? He's taller than Kyler.
I don't think Kyler Murray can see either.
Fair. Okay. Good counterpoint.
I think he can see less than Bryce Young, actually.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not selling my Panther stock. I had them as my surprise team. That's aging like milk right now. But if you look at the numbers from game 1 to game 2, granted, like, we don't know whose defense is good, bad, or indifferent. But going from, 154 passing yards to 328. Granted, he threw the ball 20 more times.
We're throwing it a lot.
You're playing comeback, and we've got to mention again how good Ted McMillan has been. I mean, that guy is a stud. If you've been with us for a while, he was one of my favorite guys on the draft. I was trying to talk Evan and his Patriots into taking him if Campbell wasn't there. Obviously, I think that Evan's doing just fine with Will Campbell, but Ted is an absolute gamer. He's so good, man.
Yeah, he's been fun to watch. He's definitely been fun to watch, and I feel like you make a great point. These first 2 games we've just been playing catch up the whole game. Yeah. So I think we might have ran the ball like less than 15 times versus the Cardinals. So we've got good backs.
38 yards.
Yeah, and we've got good backs. So I feel like we've got to start strong, and then that's the game plan, because obviously that's going to open up the rest of the field.
You definitely can't start with a scoop and score by the Cardinals. You definitely can't do that.
Yeah.
If I was the coach, I would say don't do that. That's just me, though.
But excited to see where they land. So we can only keep faith.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with that, I do want to, like Boone said, we have an absolutely incredible college football slate. One that I think, from a preview standpoint, looks a lot better than it did last week. And that's not to take anything away from getting some really incredible games last week. I think some games exceeded a lot of people's expectations. But with that, do you guys want to kick it on out here? It's like our top 3 favorite games. I'm sure we'll have a little bit of overlap, but Boone, what do you got for one of your top 3 favorites?
My top 3 favorite games?
Yeah.
Dude, so hold on. Let me just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games really interest me. This was tough, man. I was looking at the schedule. The first thing I noticed about this slate is the NCAA is taking notice for the viewers of the Nobody Asked show, because they're not putting good games on Thursday anymore. They want people to be tuning in. We have a dog do, a stinker, an absolute snooze fest. Charlotte versus somebody tonight. I can't even remember.
Rice.
So, Rice. So clearly the NCAA is noticing, which I appreciate. I'm gonna kick it off with. This is a game that there's so much intrigue. It might be in my picks later, but the Jackson Arnold Bowl. Auburn going to Oklahoma. Jackson Arnold, is he going to get revenge? Is John Mateer as good as we think? Does the offensive guru that is supposed to be Hugh Freeze finally let this 5-star quarterback go to work with 2 of the best receivers in the country? 2 of the probably the best receiving core, at least preseason, in the SEC, just of the 2 they had with Singleton and Coleman. I love this game. I'm interested to see how it plays out. I think Oklahoma is what everyone's taking, but the line of 6.5 is strange to me. What are y'all's thoughts on the Jackson Arnold Bowl?
So my big thing is I'm interested to see what kind of welcome Jackson Arnold gets when he comes back to Norman.
Those people are too nice. They're too nice to be mean.
Some of the nicest people I've ever met. I don't expect to be too hostile, but I don't think it's going to be necessarily a warm welcome back either. He was a victim of a bad circumstance last year. I don't think there's a lot of animosity towards him by any means. But here's what I think. I think it's a John Mateer game. I think he's getting more and more comfortable with every game. And, yeah, as much as it's the Jackson Arnold Bowl showing, hey, I'm going to come back and, show what you guys are missing, I think Mateer's going to say, hey, listen, he's a Heisman front runner right now in a lot of people's mind. And it's time for him to cement, hey, you guys made the right choice picking me over this schmuck. So I love Oklahoma, and I just think they're playing a lot better football than Auburn is right now.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too. It's like if Mateer wasn't playing so well, maybe he'd get a worse reception. But Mateer is, like you said, a Heisman frontrunner. So how they can't be that mad at the situation.
No.
I'm just pulling up. Charlie, give me your thoughts while I pull up the Heisman odds.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ride with you, Evan. I thought Oklahoma has looked great this season so far, and I feel like the fact that they're going into Oklahoma as well. Honestly, yeah, it could be a slaughter fest. I feel like the line's pretty accurate.
I mean, the line's only 6.5.
Oh, I saw 8 this morning. Maybe it's.
I saw 7.5 earlier.
Oh yeah.
So my problem is, I've been to Norman, and listen, South Carolina went in there and kicked the absolute shit out of them. So I'm just not sure how hostile of an environment it can become. So that's a big question mark for me for it being a slaughter fest. But like I said, I like Oklahoma here. I do expect Jackson Arnold to have some flashes, but I think just like he did all of last year when he was playing in Norman, can't finish the deal.
Yeah, I hear that. The two Heisman favorites right now, I know nobody asked for this, but that's kind of the point of the show. Carson Beck and John Mateer both plus 800.
Carson Beck.
But there's some value on there. Dante Moore at 13-1. Marcel Reed 14-1. Devin Dampier, if he just didn't play in Utah, he'd probably be higher, 17-1. There's a lot of movement. But Charlie, what do you have as your first game to watch this week?
Yeah, I think you just brushed over it, but Utah playing Texas Tech, I believe. Feel like that one's going to be just super exciting to watch. I think they're sitting at like 16-17 right now. You've only seen Utah just get more and more respect this season, so just felt like the past 5 years I've bet on Utah so much, and it's always been Cam rising this, Cam rising that. So I feel like it's just good to get them away from that dialogue.
Yeah.
And it just feels like a good team. So I think Utah's going to hammer them. I think they're going to win, but curious what you guys think about that one.
Yeah, I'll let you go first because Texas Tech and Utah have both been teams you've been high on this year.
Yeah, so and I'm going to actually go ahead and jump to another segment just because I think it's a good talking point right now. I think this is going to be a classic Big 12 shootout. My best bet of the week is Utah, Texas Tech over 56.5. Mark that down now. Listen, I think Utah's probably the better team. However, there's no way that Texas Tech isn't going to put up some points. I haven't watched too much Texas Tech. They haven't really played anybody, but they're explosive. They're a classic explosive Texas Tech team. Utah's shown they can put up big points. Charlie, I think this game is going to be a lot closer than you anticipate, and just with a lot of points on the board, scoring very quickly.
I like points.
I don't know who I have winning yet. This is going to be a Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to take a bet on the game or who I have winning. I'd like Texas Tech to win for my national championship pick, but I can just Big 12 shootout, a lot of points is kind of my anticipation on this one.
Yeah, I'm unlike you. Let me rephrase that. I also love the over. I wrote down this morning when I was doing some show notes, 57.5. It's come down to 56 since 10 a.m. this morning. I do think that Utah is going to run away with this, mostly because it's at home, and I trust their coach more than I trust Tech's coach. That's not a dispersion against Texas Tech's coach. It's just I trust Kyle Whittingham. This is a weird game. It's a big noon kickoff in Utah. So the game is starting at local time, 10 a.m., which is strange. I was listening to Josh Pate earlier, and I don't know why this made me laugh so hard. He said, when this game is kicked off, you can still get a hot cakes breakfast from McDonald's. And I don't know
Chick-fil-A breakfast too.
Yeah, but true, Chick-fil-A. Yeah,
30 minutes before.
I love Utah in this game. I still think they're getting disrespected a bit. I think they could be easily top 10, if not like 12 at the lowest. But so Ev, I'm going to go ahead and put you down for your best bet of the slate at the over in this game.
Yep. All right, absolutely.
And then let's go ahead and keep it with you. What's your first of your top three?
So that one was my first one. I had both of your guys listed.
It was actually my top one too. I was just going to save it because I thought as the Texas Tech guy that I was going to leave it for you. Charlie said, "Fuck that."
That's okay. I'm excited to see the Nebraska-Michigan game in Lincoln. A place Boone, me and you have talked about both really wanting to go see a game.
We have to go next year. We have to go next year before Raiola leaves.
And listen, this has been a spot where Nebraska doesn't show up in previous years. They just don't. And Michigan asserts that big brother mentality to kind of give Dave Portnoy his props there. They've been big brother in this spot and asserted their dominance. Now, this is a Nebraska team that's coming in 3-0. A little bit more veteran than this younger Michigan team, but it's also Michigan. I do, like I said, we've been talking about trends ending. I like Nebraska to get it done here. They're a favorite. I like them to get it done at home. I think Raiola plays his best game of the year on Saturday, and he gets it done. And Michigan, I think you see a little bit of pouting from Bryce Underwood during this game.
Matt Rule in year 3, you don't have to go into any farther into the narrative. The thing that stuck out to me again, and I won't take the credit for this because I don't do the research. I'm a pure vibes picker here. Pate was saying again to give him his flowers. Nebraska, when they played Cincinnati in that game that we all bet the first game of the year that they didn't cover, Cincinnati's quarterback had like 100 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, and Bryce Underwood is far more athletic than that guy, whose name I don't know nor will I ever know. So if Michigan just lets Bryce Underwood run and be athletic, I think that could really give him a chance. But I'm like you, I think Nebraska gets it done here. I probably will take Nebraska with the points only because 1.5 to money line. Like I'd rather just save that potential 1-point loss. It's just not a good enough value for me on the money line. But yeah, I like Nebraska here too.
Well, I also like Nebraska. So it feels like
Michigan,
that might
Hammer Michigan.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a good one for all the reasons you guys mentioned. But the fact that they're going into Lincoln as well, something about that stadium. I know that Nebraska is kind of historically a powerhouse, hasn't really been really up there the past decade. But man, that place is rocking.
2 decades,
Yeah.
dude. They sell out women's volleyball more than anything else. Ev, why don't we keep it with you and snake back around? What do you got number 2?
I got Florida versus Miami.
I love this game.
I may have to put up my hand. I may have to do it.
I know, dude. Oh, it's nasty. Hold your nose.
Carson Beck might be back, guys. Maybe the Cavender curse is real. I mean, this guy looks good. He looks really, really good. And Florida sucks. DJ Lagway, 5 interceptions last week. Again, against a really good defense. But listen, I'm looking at this game so much because I don't think Florida can lose this game and Billy Napier still have a job on Monday. I don't think there's a world like if you're Florida, you have to fire him on Monday. So does Florida rally around their coach and get a big win here? I don't think they do. I think Miami kicks the brakes off of them. 21+ win. I might alternate line this game's like 11.5, 12, something like that. 13.5 maybe. I don't know. I love Miami here. I'm on the Carson Beck train. I'm back on it. I was so high on him last year, and he's playing the football for the reason why I was high on him a year and a half ago. So I love Miami here, and I just love this game because of the outcome. I think gets Billy Napier fired, and I hate Billy Napier.
See, I love Billy Napier because he's bad, and I like Florida being bad.
Yeah, but I mean, I've just never liked him as a coach.
Charlie, what are your thoughts on this game? Because I have a lot.
Yeah, well, I love that you picked this one. It was also in my top 3. So I'm just gonna jump to it like you did, Evan. This is my favorite bet of the week. Miami -9.5. I love the line. I feel like we just got to keep beating up on Florida, and it's free money. So watch them cover this week and potentially win outright. But yeah, Carson Beck's looked incredible. I feel like that defense is gonna eat Lagway completely to pieces. And we also cashed on LSU last week. So if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Give me Miami.
Yeah, so this is another one that has changed since I did my research this morning because this was at 1 or 7.5 when I did my research at 10 this morning. I might have jumped the gun when I said hold your nose, Evan, because my gambling brain is telling me that this is a letdown look ahead spot for the old Hurricanes. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it personally because it scares me. Unless it's in our nobody asked parlay for college football, then obviously I will be tapping that ass. But this is just a weird game to me. I feel like Lagway's got to have it. We've got to see it. Miami is just kind of due for a letdown. I don't know. This one confuses me. But the main talking point I have on this is more about if Miami does blow them out and Billy Napier's fired. Did you see what? Did you see the Lane Kiffin trying to rile people up on the Bird app today or yesterday maybe?
Oh,
he basically said John Summerall, the Tulane coach, is going to be coaching an SEC team next year. Fairly harmless statement, but the Florida fans have taken that as Lane Kiffin announcing he's going to take the Florida job next year, and Summerall is going to go to Ole Miss. Now, I would hate that because I think that Lane would do a good job at Florida, but I love him just cranking people up for no reason, getting people excited. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. If Napier does get fired and Vanderbilt continues playing the way they are, Clark Lee, Florida, knows how to win in this league, did it with Vanderbilt. If you can do it with Vanderbilt, you can do it with Florida. Just something I'm watching. I'm noticing. Just noticing. Charlie, what do you have number 2?
Number 2, you actually just mentioned it. Tulane versus Ole Miss. And this is also my favorite underdog. Tulane has looked incredible to me this season. I've been on the wrong end of them, I think, 3 weeks in a row, and that's not going to happen again. The points look great. I think it was like 13. This was the spread or something like that. I feel like that's way too many for the way they've been playing. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in Oxford. So that's going to be, obviously make it more difficult. But this is just a spot where I feel like Tulane could sneak one in. They could sneak one in.
13.5.
13.5. Yeah, give me that.
I have already taken Tulane plus 14. I took that this morning when I was doing some research. I also love this dog. In interest of the segment, I'll keep it. I'll make a different selection, but I agree. I mean, Tulane has looked really good. Ole Miss has not covered a spread the last 3 weeks. They're fighting for that G5 spot. As long as they cover, they can lose this game and still have a stranglehold on the G5 spot, I believe. Tulane's a good ball club.
Yeah, I feel like they run the ball well. Pretty sure Ole Miss gave up something like 250 yards last week to Arkansas. I know it was a high-scoring game, but I feel like Tulane's just that squad that can really like slow the game down as well, and I could see them doing that here, especially if they get a good start.
I agree. Have you got anything else on this game?
No, I think you guys touched on everything. Tulane's a team that just gets up for all the games too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very rare you see Tulane just isn't ready to play ball.
Yeah, and they already have 2 Power 4 wins. I don't know if any other G5 team has. South Florida, no, they don't have 2 Power 4.
And not ranked. I feel like just because they're Tulane. I mean, if you're going to give Duke that ranking, and then you saw what they did to them, I feel like you've got to at least get them pretty close to getting in there.
I agree. I don't know if Duke was ranked, but yeah, Duke was my pick last week, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to round out my second pick because you guys kind of took some of the ones I liked. This, I think, is the last of the obvious top 6 games, at least in my head. And it's Illinois at Indiana, 9 versus 19. This is a confusing line because conventional wisdom tells me to take Illinois getting 6.5 points in Bloomington against a new quarterback. Indiana has not really played anybody yet. Illinois has. They beat Duke at Duke, and they beat them comfortably. Maybe Duke's not as good as we thought. I don't know. Sorry, Dad. But Illinois has got a better defense, and I like that. But them getting basically a touchdown makes me super, super nervous. This is a massive game for the Big Ten kind of race. Underneath that Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon. If the Big Ten is going to get 4 teams in the playoffs, like many of us believe they will and should, it's probably going to be one of these 2 teams, unless I'm just crazy forgetting. I mean, Nebraska, I guess, is in there depending on what they do against Michigan. But the rat line finder in me is saying Vegas knows something and Indiana's going to come out and win. But Illinois' defense is just so good. Where do y'all sit on this game?
I think I'm on the opposite end, to be honest. I felt like it was a little too much or too many points. I do think Illinois will win, but I feel like Indiana at home, their run offenses look pretty good this year as well, and I feel like that could, again, slow the game down, keep it pretty close. Yeah, I just feel like if you could buy that up to 7, I like Indiana, but
So Indiana's a 7-point favorite.
Oh, I thought you said that.
Yeah, no. Illinois is getting 7 points.
I was about to say, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
That's why I'm saying, like, I think Illinois is 7 points better.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
the line,
let's flip that. Yeah.
Vegas has the line at Indiana -6.
Oh man. Well, then this might even turn into a favorite underdog if they're getting 7.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, we've all gambled enough to know a rat line when we see it. Do we always say we're not going to take the rat line? Absolutely not. But what do you got, F? You look like
I'm all over Indiana on this one.
Are you a Mendoza guy?
I like the way they're playing football this year. Listen, Signetti wins games. He wins these bullshit games against good teams. He's not beating a great team. Illinois isn't great. This is the game where all the eyes are back on Indiana against some subpar team that's ranked, and he's going to come out and kick the shit out of them. And then he's going to get his ass kicked at the end of the season to the good teams. That's just what's going to happen. Love Indiana in this spot.
Fair. I'm still making my mind up. I don't know. This might be a game time decision for me, but I want to take Illinois. It's just that Vegas knows something that we don't. If Vegas wasn't typically right, it wouldn't be an industry. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's really hard to go hardcore against Vegas.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. I'm gonna snake us back around. Oh man, there's some good ones on here, and I'm not going to take our game obviously because we'll do the Gamecock breakdown I think as well. But this is a game I have kind of circled potentially as my best bet of the week. I've ridden this team 2 weeks in a row now. They are a super entertaining team. Love to watch them give up points and score points. Give me Arkansas at Memphis, which is weird to me. Arkansas, Taylor Green, one of the more fun quarterbacks to watch in the SEC or in college football really this year. The over-under, let me just confirm it again, 61.5. This is a grab a beer, sit on the couch, and just root for tutties. I might make this my best bet. I haven't decided yet. Arkansas at Memphis, don't care who wins. Just give me a 40-45 game. Arkansas has been covering like crazy. They're going to Memphis. What does that crowd look like? I don't know. Pittman's coaching for his job. I think he might already have lost it. Who knows? But I love this game. I love watching Arkansas play.
I like it.
Yeah. Tease that with your other over, Evan.
Oh.
Wait till you guys see what I have in the parlay too. So.
Yeah, I'm nervous here. I gotta put some stuff together. Charlie, what's your second?
Oh, well, I gave my second Tulane.
Third, yeah, my bad.
Honestly, you guys took my games. I'm running out here. Evan, let's go to you. Unless you have anything else you want.
I love the NC State Duke game.
Yeah.
I do too.
Listen, NC State doesn't have a defense, but they're explosive offensively. Duke's kind of struggled the last couple games a little bit in some moments. I think they have a bounce-back game here. They put up a lot of points. I do like NC State to cover and win. I don't think Duke's very good. I'm sorry to Coach Boone, Mr. Boone out there, until they can turn some things around. Just started the season strong, and I think they've been taking some steps backwards. But I think it's going to be a really fun game either way, a team that both teams are very capable of winning.
And we talked about it this time last week after the show, watching NC State play whoever they played. I can't remember. That might have been Friday. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
It was Thursday. That was a Thursday night game.
Oh, the versus Wake Forest. And we mentioned this NC State games might just be an auto over for the rest of the season. 57. Is it still 57.5? Yeah, 57.5. I do like this a lot. CJ Bailey is one of the quarterbacks that's been really blowing it up for NC State. And not a lot of people are talking about it because people are so focused on, can NC State fucking cover for me, please? I like this game.
And I'll buzz back in because there was one that I wrote down. Not really one that's probably on many radars, but Notre Dame versus Purdue. I feel like this is just a spot where I am going to take the Notre Dame spread, losing 2 close games and against top opponents, and now they get to face a squad where they can arguably beat up on and just kind of take their frustration out. I think it's sitting at like 24 or 25. I think that this is just a spot where it can really just allow them to get back on track. So that's one game I will be tuning into just to see how they do.
All right.
So there's only a couple games that we didn't get to. I mean, the biggest one that besides South Carolina that we'll talk about, obviously, Syracuse at Clemson. I have no idea. I was higher on Syracuse coming into this year. I was obviously higher on Clemson coming into this year. This could be a catastrophic get-right spot for Clemson, or they could just continue to be the team that we've watched. I'm not sure. But 16.5 is the spread. We don't need to touch on it too much more unless you'll have anything.
No. Boone, I think you are the only one left with their best bet available.
Yeah,
and your best bet.
I'm glad that I went back through my notes because there's one. This game doesn't interest me that much, but I mean it's a good game. These two teams hate each other. They don't play very often because they're not in the same conference. Give me TCU minus 6.5 at home against SMU.
Oh.
Give me TCU minus. I don't think SMU's that good. I think these two teams hate each other. Give me TCU minus 6.5.
So this is a great segue to my underdog of the week, and it's going to be SMU.
Civil War on the show.
Listen, I as we've all said before, I live in Dallas, Texas. SMU. We're on the Dallas side. Fuck Fort Worth. Those pieces of shit in purple. Purple's not a great color for college sports teams.
It's not.
Right behind orange is the worst color. Yeah, I love SMU. Love them. Money line here.
Money line, he says. Okay.
Can't wait to see the group
It's a
chat.
bounce back game.
During that one.
Just like I don't think SMU is very good, I really don't think TCU is any good.
We'll see. I like TCU in this game. They were one of my two favorites that I really liked, but the other one's spread is a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna ride with TCU here. And I guess I have my favorite underdog as well, don't I?
Yep, I'll go after you, unless you want me to. Actually,
Yep, you just went. Yeah, you just went. Let's see. All right, I wanted to try to think. No, I've got it. My favorite underdog of the week is Tulane, but Charlie already took it, so I'm gonna for the parody of the show. Give me Auburn. Plus. I'm buying it to 7.
Boone, it's okay if
7.
you want to copy my knowledge, man. If you want to copy my brain, it's all right.
Yeah, post the notes. Maybe post the notes.
We can write it together.
There's my notes.
All right.
There's my notes, and there's the bets I had that I liked. My other favorite, just for the record to show, is Cal at San Diego State, minus 12.5. I've just been riding the Cal quarterback. I'm not going to learn how to say his name until he loses me a bet. As long as I don't know how to say his name, he wins, he covers. That guy's awesome. So yeah, Evan's favorite is Utah versus Texas Tech, 56.5. His favorite dog, SMU plus 7.5 or 6.5 / money line. Charlie's favorite, Miami minus 9.5. His underdog, Tulane plus 13.5. I've got TCU minus 6.5. We got a Civil War on the show for the first time, and I'm taking Auburn in the Jackson Arnold Bowl. I'm taking him. Brent Venables is a bad coach. This is a bad coaching game. Who's worse? That's what we got to see. Before you jump in, there was one other thing. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't.
Well, to kick off the college football parlay, the first one we're doing, I'm glad you mentioned the bad coaching game. I think there's going to be a lot of bonehead errors that are going to lead to a lot of easy points in this football game. Give me the over in Auburn, Oklahoma, over 47.5 is what I have as part of the parlay.
Over 47.5, got it. All right. Chuck, what do you got?
I got to stick with my favorite bet, but I would, for the sake of the parlay, tease it down to 7, and that's Miami. I just think they're gonna crush it.
Miami plus 7 or minus
7. Yeah.
I'm gonna be like Ev, and I'm gonna take the game that I want to watch the most, or not watch the most, but I'm gonna take the game that I like the most. Give me Arkansas Memphis over 62.5.
Well, boys, love it. We'll lock that in.
I'm much less confident in this one than I am in the NFL one. There's games that I'm like
always.
I love Utah minus 3. I love Utah minus 3. Shit, man. I don't know if I want to make that TCU. Okay, I'll stick with what I put first.
Another part of the show I'm dreading. Talking about my Gamecocks, our Gamecocks, I guess. Listen, I bought back in. I hate to say I did it. They do this to me every year.
Yep.
And I'm going to start this off by saying this is the game they always win. Right when you're ready to send in the ship, they win this football game, and they win it impressively. I say that Sellers has to be back. If Sellers not back, I might watch a drive. I'm not sure I can put myself through watching the full game.
It depends on who. If it's Doty again, look, I love Luke Doty. He's been Mr. Gamecock. He's a great representation of the culture. However, if Sellers can't play, give us Cutter Woods.
Yeah, has to.
Give us their Nolan. I don't care. Just we've seen Doty.
Someone that's going to be here next year too.
Yeah.
I think that watching Doty was pretty painful. I think we can all agree with that.
I didn't think Doty was bad. I thought the play calling Doty wasn't great. Doty's not a game record quarterback, but he's not. It was the offensive play calling for me. It was just so poor.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's the number one thing that has to get fixed, no matter who's in a quarterback. Sellers too. Mike Shula cannot call a game like this for the fourth straight week.
No,
it's pathetic, and it's the same thing over and over again. He's beating a dead bush. It's unbelievable, and we've talked about that nauseum, but it just doesn't make any sense. Like, does he think they're going to get better? And I'm going to say this. I'm going to go one last negative note here. If I get bullshit excuses out of Beamer and Shula after a loss again, you're saying, oh, we played a tough opponent. No fucking shit, dude. It's SEC football. Like, acknowledge where we're making mistakes. What are you going to do to fix them? I don't want to hear we're close again. It's ridiculous. It's week 4. We're going to be a third of the way through the season. You have to be there by now. It's just, what are we doing all spring and summer if this is how bad we are? If we suck, just tell me we suck, dude. Quit lying to my face. I'm not stupid.
I think what's more annoying to me is the constant feed of Pavia's mom that I've seen this week. So that's what's been driving me crazy. But I guess we move on to the next game.
I mean, listen, they reserve the right to do it.
Yeah, that is fair.
I'm checking our odds on our parlay really quick. So y'all can go. Just give me a second while I do this.
Listen, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm probably going to wait till about 20 minutes before kickoff, and I'm probably going to bet something stupid on the Gamecocks money line.
I'm already on the money line for one reason.
That's how it's going to go. I've won more money than I've lost doing this in my career, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm riding with the guys. I'm not going to give up faith yet. They lose this game, it's
going to be a long season.
The ship sailed.
Yeah.
It's honestly a must-win game too. And I'd like Boone to touch on this, but this is the Connor Shaw game in a lot of ways.
Yeah. So take us back to 2013, Charlie and I's freshman year. Connor Shaw has the flu, not supposed to play that game. We go down 17-0, I believe, maybe 17-3. Sorry, Connor, you told me this story so many times, and I also watched it. But Connor had this saying during that game, just 10 yards at a time. You can't get them all back at once, 10 yards at a time. Long story short, we go back to win that game. It was South Carolina number 21 versus Missouri number 5 at Missouri. We win in double OT. Missouri's kicker. Thank you, sir. You botched it. This is I had already taken South Carolina plus 10.5. I think the boys get up for this game, but given the recent events, this is a Connor Shaw game, and the money line is plus 310. I have taken it. I'm ready to be hurt again. I'm fine with it. I've acknowledged it. I will always and forever ride with the boys. That's why we call it Forever to Thee. I think the boys show up big this week. But that's all contingent on having a good start. And I don't mean the first drive. We're one of the best first drive teams in the entire nation.
If you just saw the first drive of the Gamecocks, you'd think we were up there.
We'd be like, this team putting up 100 points a game? Like, what are they doing?
So, boys, just a quick tangent before we finish on these Gamecocks. Arkansas line moved actually down to 60.5. So 60.5. Utah, Texas Tech, 56.5. Miami tees to 6.5. That is plus 497.
Which one? 56.5?
Your game, Texas Tech, Utah over.
No. I have Oklahoma
Oh, my bad.
Oklahoma and Auburn as my parlay bet.
Gotcha. My bad.
I love it.
This is why we have accountability on this show.
Well, while Boone cooks up the parlay, and we'll get that out to the viewers. Should we move on to NFL, or what do you guys think?
Yeah, let's dive in here.
I do have just 2 quick notes on the Gamecocks. We have to see 2 big performances by 2 individuals, and that's Faison and Fred Johnson. We've got to be able to run the ball with some consistency. And Fred Johnson, I need you to be Virginia Tech Fred Johnson again. Not saying you didn't play well against Vandy. I need to see it. I need to hear it too.
I'd love a good running game. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Just one time in my life, dude. And I want a good running game, not because the running back makes it. I want it because, I could get 20 yards of a game. Just opening up holes. That's what I'd love.
So the odds are still the same, plus 497. So we'll ride with that. I'm going to be so mad at myself if that over doesn't hit and Utah does what I think they'll do, and they'll smash Texas Tech and cover that 3. But we move. Regardless, we move.
Well,
yeah, NFL. You want to jump to it?
Let's do it.
Let me open my NFL beer.
Oh baby, what a great product, the NFL. What a great product.
I'm thinking we close out the show talking about the game that isn't going to matter to the viewers because they're not going to get out to tomorrow. But let's end with that. If we can, I'd love to open up my Patriots here.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a negative Nancy again. It worked out well for me last week. I talked a little bit of shit on the Steelers on the Tuesday show. I don't think the Steelers are very good. I don't. But I don't think the Patriots are good. So it's a game where I think the Patriots are going to make a lot of progress, but I just think there's going to be too many penalties. The Steelers, maybe they find this is a game where the Patriots aren't going to win it. The Steelers might lose it. If the Patriots win, that's how the Steelers lost. I think the Patriots are going to put up some points. I think you can get another good performance by Drake May. I'm hoping the receivers can keep spacing the ball around. This is a game where I'm going into just hoping for the team to make some steps going forward, but I don't think they're going to come out of there with a win. I think it's entirely possible, but I do think it's a game where the Steelers end up on the right side and go 2-0 against the AFC East this year. But I think it's going to be a good game to watch. I think it's going to be a fun football game. Just don't think the Patriots are going to have quite enough to get it done this week.
Evan, I'm missing a friend. I'm missing somebody. I don't know if you have seen or heard of them, but is Stephon Diggs. Has anybody seen Stephon Diggs?
That's Cardi B.
The Tusi slide. If you can find Dr. Tusi, then I think that you might. I think your boys might come home. And you got to see Ramondre toting the rock again. You need to have some thunder and lightning with him and Trevion. To our biggest fan, we gave him a little bit of shit on the show on Tuesday. So Ben, this is your shout out again. If the Steelers do make an embarrassment of Ev's Patriots, you're allowed to send me 15 words statement, and I will read it on the show, give you credit, and you can have a direct shit talk fire at Evan. So Ben, I know you're listening. Appreciate you. This is your bowl. This is Evan versus our number 1 fan.
That's a gift.
However, dude, if the Patriots do beat them, that's even worse. The Patriots should lose. Oh man.
Evan's got 2 civil wars going. One with me and one with our biggest fan.
Listen, I got wars on all fronts, man.
Yeah. Evan's fighting a 2-front battle.
Yeah.
I like this game. It's interesting to me, especially interesting to me because of the shit you've talked about the Steelers. I didn't realize y'all were playing this week. I'm excited for this game. I'm really hoping for a good performance from Drake May because Joe Burrow going out has brought the Mayflower. Yeah, they brought the Mayflower home.
They need him to step up.
Yeah,
I did pick up Daniel Jones too, so that's the debate I got going through my head. Who do I start?
Yeah, I hear you. Chuck, you opened the show with the Panthers. Let's get back into the Panthers because I'm like you. I can't quit them.
Yeah. This is we're gonna have a good divisional matchup this week. We got the Falcons at home. I'm excited. I mean, I think I said before when we started and ended our picks that the Falcons were gonna win the division. I'm not less confident. I'm not more confident in that. I feel like the Falcons have looked pretty good. Obviously, the Bucks are all the talk right now, but yeah, I think Penix is gonna. We could have this like battle between Penix and Bryce Young for the next half decade as well. Who knows if both of them are gonna pan out? But
I don't know. Penix graduated the same year we did.
Hey, quarterbacks play a long time now. You look at when they're retiring these days. No, I mean I think the spread is 4.5. I see a lot of people actually choosing the Panthers as dogs. It feels like a must-win game for just like the vibes of our season. If we go to 0-3 and we lose at home, I think it's again just immediately into where are we tanking? What's our pick next year? It just goes right back into that mindset. So Kyle Pitts scares me. I thought he looked like a menace last week. He seems to be jiving with Penix well, but I mean, you guys heard me earlier with Bryce and Ted. That's what I'm really holding on to this year. So I'm expecting a shootout. Pretty sure the over is like 45, but yeah, it's a must-win spot. It almost kind of feels like South Carolina. The Gamecocks are nowhere near as bad as the Panthers, but it feels like a similar spot where we've just got to win to keep some hope for the season.
I agree, man. This might be foreshadowing. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. I love the Panthers in this spot. I really do. I can't quit them.
We liked them last week.
I liked them last week, and I liked them with the points, and they covered.
Yeah,
I was
you're right.
I was ready to sell low on the stock, but I'm holding that stock right now. I'm looking for our boy Leggett to get involved. But for that to happen, Chuba Hubbard's got to get going. You can't have 38 yards for the number one back. I like the Panthers in this game. The Falcons defense does scare me a little bit, though. I won't lie. Falcons defense has played well.
Yeah, and I feel like just watching them play the Vikings, and I mean the Vikings defense is to me one of the best in the NFL, and the way that they just were shredding them, it's going to be an interesting one. I think the only way the Panthers win is if we score 35 points or something. I don't think this is a game where we're going to have to rely on our defense to keep the Falcons. I think the Falcons are going to get their points. It's just a matter of can the offense finally get going?
Yeah, I hear you. I'll take over from there with my Colts. The 2-0 AFC
what a game!
Colts. Listen, I apologize to Daniel Jones, and that's exactly why I'm nervous about this game. We've talked ad nauseum about trends and trends ending on this show. The Colts are 4-0 in their last 4, have not lost the Titans in 2 seasons. This is at Tennessee. The line has gone up. It was 3.5. It's now 4.5. I do think the Titans defense is solid. It's at Tennessee. It's a game that I worry about a letdown spot because they have the Rams next week, in week 4. So I hope they're not looking ahead. We seem to have found something with spreading the ball around. Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs all got a bunch of receptions. They all got receptions. I will say a bunch. Jonathan Taylor has to get going. I think 215 all-purpose yards. I do want to give a shout out that I missed on Tuesday's show because I was doing my Daniel Jones apology tour. The Colts defense has been playing lights out. I mean, we were down our number 1 corner. We're still down our number 2 corner. Jalen Jones hasn't played at all this season. Travarius Ward had a concussion. Xavier Howard makes me nervous if he's our number 1 corner because he got picked on all game. He looked old. But Cam Bynum, again, we talked about it, best celebrations in the NFL. The defense is going to have to step up, and Daniel Jones has got to continue what he's been doing. My bold prediction for this game is I do think we finally see Rigoberto Sanchez, the Colts punter. I think we see him for the first time this season at some point this game. I did have a fun fact that I didn't know until this week. We're all familiar with Caleb Downs, right? The Ohio State all-world safety, probably the best player in college football.
Yeah.
His older brother is Josh Downs.
Oh my gosh!
I had no idea.
He's so damn good.
I had no idea. But clearly, one got brains and one got the skills because Josh Downs went to UNC and Caleb Downs started at Alabama. So clearly, we've got a separation of family traits going on. But I thought that was a funny little fact. If I was not a Colts fan, this would be a live little Titans plus 4.5 spot. I'm obviously going to take the Colts as I do every week, but if I'm honest, there's some value to the Titans plus 4 at home.
I will be avoiding this game like the goddamn plague.
That's why I'm with you, Evan.
There is not a shot in the world I'm betting on this game, because this is a game where the Titans win outright, by field goal, or the Colts win by 45. Like that, I don't think there's much in between on this game, so I don't feel comfortable betting. If
it's a one possession game halfway through the fourth quarter, the Colts are going to be in trouble, I think, because they're going to panic, and the Titans are just be like, "Hey, we got them. Let's keep going." This is a weird game. I don't like it. This slate felt weird to me. I'm excited, but it feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
Very weird. It's also one of those games where, listen, I know we're giving Daniel Jones a lot of prop. What if he reverts this game? This is a game, he got out of the hole. Everyone starts rooting for him, and then he just lets everybody down.
If it takes me despising Daniel Jones on Twitter to the point where my pops text me and says lay off again, I'll do it. I swear to God, I'll do it. I'll do it all season, right up to a Colts Super Bowl and Daniel Jones MVP. But Daniel, don't make my apology the reason we lose. Don't do it.
All right.
So I'll get on your ass.
Boone, I got a question for you though. Colts win this game handedly, 28-14, something like that. Daniel Jones plays lights out. What are we realistically thinking about the Colts? And end game this season?
I'm glad you asked, Charlie. I'm glad you asked. So looking at the schedule, again, and this is the perk of not winning your division. So looking at the schedule, assuming your reality with 28-14, Colts win 3-0, going to the Rams, as long as Stafford's healthy, that's probably a loss. But then you have a stretch of Raiders and Cardinals both at home. You've got the Chargers. That's a tough one, obviously, on the road. But then you have Titans, Steelers, Falcons, the next three. I mean, I will be riding high. I will be riding. I'm not thinking confetti. Not yet. If the Colts win this game, because the other piece that we have to mention is the Jags and Texans play each other. So one of those two teams is going to go 0-3. Or no, the Jaguars won. So there's a realistic chance that the Jaguars win that game, and we have 1-2, 1-2, 0-3, and 3-0. If the Colts win this game, I'll be thinking big time division. I haven't gotten there yet, but I'll be thinking our first title since I think 2014, maybe.
It sounds like a realistic 5-1 could be a start.
It does. It sounds like a realistic 6-1 if they can win this game.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's a great transition then, because my favorite dog of the week is the Houston Texans. I've been adamant against them. I do not think the fucking Jaguars are any good at football. Brian Thomas has got the yips, and I love the Texans here. Love them.
Oh man, it feels like a stay away, but if there was a side to pick, I think I'd have to ride the Texans with you. Jaguars are just, man, they should have won last week. I know we already did the review, but they should have won to me. So I feel like this is a spot where I totally agree that and quite frankly, the Texans should have won too, right? So I would have to agree with that, Evan. I think the Texans could come out and just absolutely obliterate them, and a little bit of drama perhaps with a quarterback and his coach from last game. A little bit of hand gestures were made to the sideline, so maybe that could carry on to this week, and there could be some bad blood.
To be clear, Evan, you're talking money line.
Yes,
it's pretty much a pick 'em, I think,
only
right?
1.5, yeah, but I do like that pick. The Texans are due. I don't know. It's just at Jacksonville. It's weird. It's a weird game. It's a division game. The Texans can't go 0-3. They can't.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Well, Charlie, let's keep it on the dog train. Who's your dog this week?
You want to go dog first? Okay.
Yeah, let's keep it on the dog.
It's hard not to go dogs, honestly, and pick two of these because I'm going to be going with kind of two dogs actually from two of if not probably the two best games this week. But my dog is going to be the Rams this week. I think they got about a 4-point spread against the Eagles. And look, I know this is a spot where, Eagles at home, they could just run the ball. They could just kind of grind the Rams down. But I Love what I've seen from the Rams, and I feel like the Eagles have kind of escaped with their 2 wins. That Cowboys win that they had just felt a little weird. CD was not catching anything like we were saying. And I honestly feel like the Cowboys could have won that game if not for the rain delay. And then they play the Chiefs, and I mean, last week that was just a strange one as well. Yes, again, Jalen Hurts let us all know they won the game, but
that was the best clip ever.
That was a good clip. But again, the Rams have just from the start of the season, I said that they were going to be pretty close to the end at the end of this. So they're my dog. I think they go in there. I think they turn some heads, and it feels just like a letdown spot for the Eagles where everyone just thinks they're cruising. Here come the Rams.
Yeah, I love that pick, actually. That was one of the ones I had listed. The Rams have played the Eagles well. If you think back to the playoffs last
revenge
year,
game as well.
They were really the only team that played them well. The only thing that makes me nervous about this game is it's at Philadelphia. But you're right. I mean, this is going to be the best defense the Eagles have faced so far this year.
Yeah.
I got to touch on this. We didn't touch on it in the recap show. I'm over the tush push officially. Listen. If you want to, if they run the tush push legally, I'm okay with it. They're false starting every play. It's getting too blatant. We got to get that fixed. They can't line up offsides. If you're going to run the tush push, go for it. I don't care. Run it legally, or it needs to be called.
I'm on the other side of this. I'm over the conjecture. I'm over the conversation. Fucking stop it, or stop them from getting to 4th and short. Just like they've made a play that you can't stop. Get over it. It's not illegal if it doesn't get called. I don't care. Shut up. Make a play.
I'm on the same side as Evan with this. Honestly, I'm over the formation that they line up in. Because I feel like that was like no other team is doing
it. Neutral zone.
It's not. The center's head is over the ball. There's like he was saying. There's false starts like every freaking 3rd play they do it. And while I agree, like just stop it. Then every team should run it the same, and they should call the flags the same.
That's fine. But the Chiefs, especially being such bitch asses about it, when they were able to stop Josh Allen.
You lost the game
twice.
You lost the game. Yeah.
Jalen Hurts only threw for 108 yards, if even that, and they still lost the game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Stop complaining about
yeah.
Also, I thought it was funny that he did have over 100 yards passing.
Yeah, barely.
Well, Boone, now that since you're over the bitching, give us your dog.
Yeah.
I really want to take the Panthers again. I really want to, but I think I'm going to take the one that Charlie mentioned last week, or not last week. The one Charlie mentioned between his two. I do think it's one of the premier games of the weekend. Give me the Broncos. Give me the Broncos plus 2.5 against the Chargers. Broncos have to get right. I've been fading the Chargers a bit. Actually, that's a lie. I bet on the Chargers in both their wins. I just have been fading their futures. I think the Broncos get right. I think that they win outright. The other one I entertained, which this is a hold your nose stinker, was the Jets to cover 6.5. But if Justin Fields isn't going to play, I think it's a regression spot. It's an NFL doesn't make sense game. But I'm going to lock in the Broncos plus 3.
All right.
Can I rebuttal?
Huh?
Because I love the Chargers again this week.
Listen, I'm not putting
the Chargers again.
Football.
I'm not putting this in the parlay, for the record, by any stretch.
That's fair enough. I just feel like, and I'll tell you why, I think the Chargers are a great team. I think it's a spot where they can win, and everyone turns their head and say, oh, the Chargers are absolutely for real if they haven't already. But the main reason is that they should have won. They should have won last weekend. And I feel like when that happened
last weekend. Oh, you mean the Broncos?
The Broncos.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, no. The Broncos should have won. They didn't, but to me, they should have won.
Sorry.
And what that does to a team coming off a loss, and now you have to go into LA, you have to play a red hot Chargers team, and you're feeling the pressure. I feel like it's just a spot where the line is almost too close. It feels like it's close to a pick 'em, and to me, the Chargers are just the better team.
I don't disagree with anything you said, but for that reason, I'm taking the Broncos. There is no home field advantage when the Chargers play at SoFi. There just isn't. The LA fans simply don't give a fuck about the Chargers.
That's fair. I feel like it's just the travel coming off of that loss, though. Like
but it's one time zone. It's not that much travel, and they have to get right because the way that the Chiefs are 0-2. Dude, I was thinking some nasty shit with those dogs. I looked at the Giants +6. I still love the Panthers. I don't know. I might be dog heavy this week. I liked a lot of dogs.
I was about to mention something, but Evan, I think we got to hear yours.
Yeah, Evan gave us
the Texans.
That's also secret one. I kind of like the Bengals to beat the Vikings. Listen, the Vikings have a great defense. They barely beat the fucking Browns.
Bears?
They suck. I don't think the Vikings are a good team. The defense is carrying it.
The Bengals barely beat the Browns. You nitwit.
I meant the Bears. Sorry.
Okay. Well, that's a perfect segue, Evan, because my favorite bet is the Vikings -2.5. Carson Wentz, listen. You get one, and this is the one. The Bengals defense is dog shit. We got a Jake Browning game where he shouldn't have won, but he did. It's not going to come out that way. Flores is going to dial up some blitzes. Carson Wentz, you're going to have a left-handed pass in here somewhere for no reason. Jordan Mason has taken over the backfield, which I think is the right decision regardless of injury. And I love Carson Wentz in this spot.
It's battle of the backups, right?
Battle of the backups. Carson Wentz is better than Jake Browning. That's fine. It felt nasty coming out of my mouth.
I'm not gonna 2016, dude.
It's Kevin O'Connell being better than Zach Taylor. This is the Vikings defense being better than the Bengals defense, and this is Carson Wentz coming back to the NFL. People believing that he could still do it, and then week 4 immediately falling flat on his face. Give me the Minnesota Vikings -2.5.
I don't think Wentz can play any worse than JJ did last week, so I could agree with that one. I just think it's going to come down to the Bengals offense, and if they can put up numbers versus that Flores defense is just very good.
I'm a Browning man. Love me some Jake Browning.
That's fun. You just like his wife.
That too. I mean,
they can trade.
Guys that have good taste in women, that tends to trickle over to other things.
Well, hey, since we're naming multiple dogs,
their Vikings are favored.
Yeah, Vikings. Yeah.
Oh, but I thought
but that's his best bet of the week. That's
my best bet.
Best bet of the week.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
Well, if you want to throw out another dog, go for it.
I've got more dogs to throw.
I just have to because this was my second one. I was truly pretty split here, and this might not get a lot of love. I think the Lions are going to win. I think that they're going to go into Baltimore, and I think they're going to win. The Ravens. Like you like it or you hate it?
I don't hate it. I like it.
I just think that
I'm not betting on that game, but I don't hate it.
I'm feuding with both of y'all this week because I'm on the Ravens. This is a line that doesn't make sense. Vegas is begging us to take the Lions. I'm taking the Ravens at home, 4.5. Give it to me. Ravens are going to win that game.
All right. Well,
Charlie, did you have anything else on the Lions game before we move on?
No, we can go ahead. I think it's just gonna be lights out, right?
Charlie, what's your best bet of the week?
Best bet of the week. I'm gonna have to come back around to how we kick this segment off. I know you're not gonna like it, Evan, but I like the Steelers, man. I like them this week.
Hey, listen, I made the bet. That's what I think's gonna happen. I won't bet it. I don't bet against my teams. I refuse to bet on my pro sports teams. I will bet on my college teams. Don't bet on my pro sports teams.
Charlie's girlfriend won't let him keep doing the pod.
Same with Risco. Shout out Ben. But no. In all honesty, I feel like the Seahawks game was just a weird one. Like the Seahawks are good. I want to give them their flowers, but it wasn't a 31-17 game. There was obviously that.
Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, what are you doing? Welcome to the NFL moment for sure, but that just killed the whole momentum of the game. I feel like there was also some fluke interception in the end zone that the Steelers had. I won't rehash the whole thing, but I feel like that was a spot where they easily could have won. They could be 2-0 going into this game. The home field advantage doesn't really scare me. I don't think the Patriots are really like a scary team this year. They kind of scraped past Miami. And yeah, it just feels like a moment where everyone's kind of sleeping on the Steelers a little bit, saying they're not going to be a good team, and they're just the better roster for me. And when you see the line, it's almost like a pick 'em. I'm just going to go with the better team. So that feels like an easy bet for me.
Yeah, I don't dislike it, but I'm like Evan. I'm just staying away. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just staying away.
It was that, or it's going to be the Chargers, but you've honestly kind of convinced me off of that one a little bit. So let's move to you, Boone. You're in the center of my screen.
Evan, I gave the Vikings. Evan, who's your best?
Oh,
bet?
right.
It's a Panthers bet. Chuba Hubbard's in the end zone.
That's your best bet. Okay.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I know we're propping.
Listen, I will say this. Coming into the show, that wasn't the bet. It was one of my options. It was going to be the Dallas Cowboys -1.5. That scares the shit out of me. They're coming off too high of a high. It's a classic Cowboys game to lose against the shitty Bears team. Like, that's just not going to be a pretty football game. So I decided away from it. But that was the initial best bet I had.
I like it. Before we get into the parlay, do we want to touch on some of these other games? I know we want to finish with the do we want to talk on any Bills Dolphins? Because I do have a couple bets on that one, or do we want to just
let's make our survivor pick, and as we're making it, if there's any other games you want to touch on there, we'll do that, and then make our parlay, and then we'll conclude the show with the Bills Dolphins.
All right, so and I'll pull this up again. We still have two alive. Last week we picked the Cowboys, and then I auto picked the Packers because we were running out of time and I wanted to get them in. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. We can walk through it. We still have both bets alive, so we'll go through two here. Starting with entry number one. Again, this is the pot to win $912,000. So this is our favorite one to go with. Boys, I don't know.
I like the Chiefs a lot here.
Chiefs make me nervous. They are due, right? You would think.
They can't go 0-3. They can't go 0-3.
But the Giants are playing lights out.
Let's go process of elimination. Do we want anything on this game?
No. No.
Well, I can just tell you what I think the clear one is to me.
What? Let's go.
Seahawks.
Yeah, I like that. Lock that in.
Okay.
At home to the Saints. I mean, the Seahawks they look good, honestly. Their defense is stout. I feel like it'll be hard for Rattler to move the ball. Those other ones just kind of scare me, and I feel like the Saints win. The Saints win.
Bucks Jets scares the shit out of me
because I feel like the Bucks are banged up, man. The Bucks are banged up there.
If you don't think Eman Warrior's getting a pick on the Rat Man at home. All right, this is our second one. Where do we want to go? I tell you what, I still like the Vikings. I still like the Panthers. You know what game
I'm not picking the Panthers in this spot.
I know. I'm fucking making a comment. This conventional wisdom tells me that this is the game, but the line only being 3, Jaden Daniels, we don't know what's going on yet. I would probably be good to pick the Chiefs here.
I would be okay with the Chiefs. I think
we could also go Texans if we wanted to get froggy.
We could go Texans.
Texans can't go 0-3. I mean, neither of those teams can go 0-3.
There's also another, and I think we already picked them, and this was going to be another one of my favorite bets, but the Packers, I think we might have picked them already.
We picked them in the other one, so we can pick them in this one.
Okay, well, that would, I think they're a pretty good pick this week. The Ravens got 11 points versus the Browns last week, covered that. Packers are playing like a top 2 team in the NFL right now, and
They're playing the best football.
I just don't see them losing. Yeah, and like Flacco, are you kidding me? That line's going to get after him.
The only hesitation there is, do we need to save the Packers for later? I mean,
that's why I think you go Chiefs here. That's why I'm on Chiefs.
Yeah. I'm fine with Chiefs. I'm fine with Chiefs.
Okay with Packers as well. I think it should be Packers or Chiefs. make the call on that.
No, I do think I do think it is like the Chiefs lose. It's panic. It's panic mode if the Chiefs lose.
The Browns scare me so much less than the Giants do, though.
100%. I mean, Russ. It was reincarnated Russ last week. So, and it's at home. Going into Cleveland does not scare me for the Packers.
Be on the road.
Yeah, but that does not scare me nearly as much as the Chiefs going into New York.
All right, what are we thinking, boys?
I'm fine with Chiefs. I feel like Evan wants Chiefs.
I'm good with Chiefs.
That's where I'm at. I'm on Chiefs.
Right.
You guys gave me Seahawks, so.
We got Seahawks and Chiefs. All right. I'll be interested. So this is our big pool. We'll see what happens. I just stop sharing my screen and get y'all back on. All right, so we've locked in. Whew.
Honestly, a whole lot of pick'ems this week. I feel like this is going to be like it's not a very clear favorite kind of week. You know, we've got multiple backup situations as well. We didn't even touch on the Commanders and Raiders game yet, which is going to be an interesting one with Jaden Daniels out. I'm pretty sure Brian.
Is he out officially?
I'm pretty sure that Jaden's out.
That would suck.
I've seen questionable. I haven't seen out yet.
God, Kristen posted our engagement pictures on Instagram finally, and my phone is blowing up. That's just a side tangent.
They looked awesome.
Yeah, we were there.
We're not for the actual moment.
Oh yeah. All right, so we can touch on the game tonight. We can touch on a couple other games if we want. I mean, or we could get right to the parlay. Where do y'all want to go?
I got nothing else to touch on for any other games. I'm not sure if there's any other games you guys want to talk to.
Let's just touch on the Thursday night game only because the bets are going to lock here soon. The thing I like the most on this is I had a little bit of free play, so I kind of got wild. But I like the over in this game. I think regardless of what happens, I think the Bills at least score 3/4 of it. But I got a little slutty. My favorite bet, Charlie actually posted in our chat a little bit ago, in our gambling chat. James Cook over 15 receiving yards.
Love it. He just needs to break one screen, and he's got that.
Outside of that, let me tell you a couple of my parlays that I am just throwing against the wall. First one is plus 460. James Cook, Josh Allen, Devon A-Chain, anytime touchdown parlay. The second one, plus 2,700. Tyreek, Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, anytime touchdowns. And then this is the big slutty. Plus 3,000. Bills defense, first touchdown.
That's insane, but okay, I like it.
Yeah. What's going on in your head where you're like, well, they got first touchdown's got to be the defense.
I could see Tua just throwing a screen.
Listen, when you say, God, that's a dumb bet, then you say it out loud. You say it one more time, God, that's a dumb bet, and then you start thinking about it.
Yeah, it could definitely happen. Are you sure about the over? 50 points? I could see this being like a 34-7.
I'm not sure about anything. I'm not sure about anything in this game. I'm hoping this game is over by halftime so I can get a good night's sleep, if I'm honest.
Fair enough. Yeah, there'll be a lot of survivor picks coming in tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, boys, I know we're kind of getting up on time here. Unless you guys got anything else there, I think we should jump into our parlay here.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. Let me fire up the app. I'll keep the app fired up. All right. Evan, why don't you kick us off first with your addition to the parlay?
I don't think he's going to get the win, but I think he's going to have a great performance on Sunday. Give me Drake May over passing yards. I think it's at around 221. Got it last week as well. I think he continues to open up the offense. Maybe Stephon Diggs gets a little bit more involved this week. I want to say Sam Darnold threw for just under 300 yards last week. So I like Mac Jones to get this done. I think they're going to key in a little bit more on Ramondre Stevenson out of the backfield and not give him so much opportunity to hit the holes like he did against the Dolphins. So I think they're going to throw a little more this weekend.
Yeah, over 221.5. I like that bet. Charlie, where are you at?
I mean, I think I'm just gonna have to reload my favorite bet, and go Steelers. I want to say.
It can't be that nobody asked parlay because I won't bet against the Patriots.
All right. Well, Boone, you give your addition, and I'll come with an alternate because I definitely got one.
Okay. You mentioned this guy, Evan, but you mentioned him for all the wrong reasons. Give me Brian Thomas Jr. anytime touchdown, plus 150.
All right.
The anytime touchdowns were good to me last time. They're going to be good again this time.
Versus Texans, yeah. Okay. Then you're gonna have to. Okay, so that's plus money.
Yep.
Yours was a prop. Let's throw. Can we do teasers right?
I can drop the line.
Tease, yeah. Let's give us Packers -3.5 if we can do that.
I can do anything you want, big guy.
That's going to give us -200, and then I think that should take the parlay up to like 250, 300 perhaps, maybe even more.
You said minus what, 3.5?
-3.5, yeah. Just in case we get like a 21-17 or something.
That gives us plus 573.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, all right. Drake May over 221, BTJ anytime touchdown, Packers -3.5. For the nobody asked parlay, looking for 2-0 on the season.
Yeah, and what did we hit last week? It was Jamar Chase touchdown, Cowboys and Chargers.
Yeah, no, Jamar Chase touchdown, Chargers -3, Bucks +3.
Yeah, the Bucks had to sweat it out for us.
Yeah, so for the viewers, if you're looking to go 2-0, if you're looking to keep that plus money, maybe hop on this week. Who knows?
Yeah, listen, I like it. We brought 2 to the people this week. Great show. I don't have anything else other than getting on the couch, getting comfy, and watching this football game again. Hopefully, it's a blowout, so I go to bed early. But anything else, boys?
That's it, boys.
Great show.
All right, see you guys later.
Prayers for 14.
Yeah, see ya.
Prayers and Spurs up for 14.
Love it.
Dude, I like the preview shows so much better than the review shows.
Yeah, dude, it's more fun.